Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. This is going to be a quick little foolishness chit chat and whatnot. I haven't been live in a while, child. I'm trying to go live more often, make more time to come to y'all at least once a week with a live. Okay, so today is that day. It may be Tuesdays going forward, but again, I'm happy to all the people watching me here live and also the ones who will watch the replay because everybody may not be able to be here right now, okay? But make sure to do a couple of things to be a subscriber, okay? Subscribe to my channel. Okay, to become a whole JayBird and all of that, y'all know to also subscribe to my secondary channel, JayLeesCorner Talk. The link to that is always in the description box below. And if you in the chat, you have to talk. Okay, you came in here not saying nothing because this is a conversation. I say that all the time. If you are here, say hey. Everybody who here, say hi. Okay, just say hi, like the video and those things or whatever. Okay, y'all know again. Do all of this right here. Do all of this, liking and commenting and sharing and relaxing. And oh, girl, y'all know what it is. Do those things. Y'all know to follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner. But as always, guess what, y'all? I am here, okay, here in person and everything. So yeah, okay. Look, I feel like not a lot has been happening in celebrity news or whatever. So sometimes I'm like, I don't feel like coming on live and talk about nothing, but a couple of things happened that I want to touch on and everything. But do not forget that the Ladies panel will be live tomorrow. So we won't be live Thursday. We'll be live tomorrow, Wednesday, okay, on Jamie's channel. Jamie, that's me, because on Thursday there's the verses again. Come tomorrow for us, have a good time and whatnot. And then on Thursday, I will be live on my own channel. Y'all know after every verses, we have the after show chit chat. So be sure to come here Thursday. The verses between Bone Thugs and Harmony and 3 6 Mafia is supposed to start at like 9:30, 10 o'clock. So my after show chit chat will probably be around midnight. Honey, I'll be tired, but again, it's fine. I will be streaming it live on JayLeesCorner Talk. Okay, so on my secondary channel, I will be streaming it live, and in color. And we always have a good time over there, talking during the show. Okay, so that is on Thursday. Come on around here and have a good time. But again, I'm here. So I want to first get into, I say hi to people first because let's see. Hi to Alicia. Hi to Chanel. That is myself. Hey, Nicki. Hey, Fatima. Hey, Tiff. I got the wrong thing. Let's see. Red Phoenix and Tar Versus. You're not bad at names. Creative Diva. Queen Ellie. Hey, Miss B. To my moderator, okay, to Kurt Vixen and Sienna Sunset. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying hello to everyone. Hello to Kimberly. Girl, you my cousin? Is you my, oh my God, I have her last name is different. But again, hey to Jason, thank you. Hey to Sha Jones. Adina Kika. No, Adine, girl, I don't know. Y'all, I'm horrible at names sometimes. I feel like it's because it could be a ad Nick. I'm leaving be. Hey Langston, because we never know. Edwina, I can say that name pretty good. Okay, love you. Thank you. Look, I really have to get back into being more consistent, posting more videos, doing more lives, doing more little conversation chats here and there and whatnot. So again, I'm gonna try to, because look, my schedule has been crazy, my life has been crazy. I'm turning 40, so I had like a whole little midlife crisis. So, but I'm back. Hey to Summer. Well, I thought I was saying Summer. Summer Lauderdale. Shandy. I don't know what it could be. Nikki Wonger. You know, so hello. Just finished watching Porsha. We're gonna discuss Porsha too. Okay. Wagwan. Hey, Winnie. Okay. To D Reed and I'm so dumb. Danica. See how it helps. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. Now I want to get into the Soul Train Awards. I did not want to do a whole standalone video because I did not watch the awards until today. I felt like because they were pre-recorded, and they had said who won things or whatever. I just was not that interested in it, but I do have some pictures for what I want to discuss, you know what I'm saying, going forward. So first of all, the host, Tashina and God forgot her name, Tisha Campbell were the hosts, and this is their fourth year hosting. Now look, the one thing I thought was, first of all, they did really, really good. Okay, let's get this. They did really, really good because Tisha and Tashina, they're really good friends. So they play very much well off each other. So to me, they did great as hosts with doing different, costume changes or whatever. The banter between the two of them. I still don't understand why they gave Tisha this outfit to wear as the opening number. I'm like, I get she didn't want to wear no heels because you know what I'm saying. Sometimes as you get older, you don't like heels. Okay. However, I still felt like what is going on here. Okay. I'm like her sneakers were distracting me the whole damn time because I was like, why they couldn't get no all black shoes just to make it look, okay. Anyway, but I liked everything else between them. And they did a whole performance, whatever, and they brought out El DeBar. I said, hey El, come on now, rhythm of the night with the DeBar. It was really, really cute, seeing them all perform together. It was a great opening. And I'm like, look at El. Look, El up and shaking his groove thing. Yeah, yeah. And it was fun to watch. So again, I like how it seems every year they get better, and what isn't a bad thing because every year they're already great. Okay. So I do hope they get more, gigs together. I also feel like I'm surprised no one has gave them a show. Okay, I was confused. I feel like they play so well off each other. How could they not have their own TV show together as sister cousins, as friends? Even a show that just showed them working together and they just, bounce off. I just want something between the two of them. Okay, that is what I want to see. Now did y'all watch the awards for one? I'm trying to see what y'all comments were because y'all know I'll be on a different screen. You're going to love 40 and a whole other love. Wisdom kicks in. Thank you, honey, because I was like, oh my God, I'm 40. What is the whole thing? Um, don't feel no way about it because I didn't even watch it. Oh, we know. Okay. Hey Angie. Right, I said they could have given her all, but yeah, I just didn't get why it wasn't all black shoes. Okay, not garbage bag raincoat collection. No, yeah, honey. Um, honey, I do feel free. But yeah, and I also didn't understand what the outfit changes. Like Tashina changed like three times. All I just didn't understand if she, like the bottom with the shoes was weird to me, and then to put her in like a crop, like a pre-type jumpsuit, I'm like, why is the black? I just didn't get any of it. It didn't mesh for me. But I feel like maybe Tisha's thing was she did not want to have to do multiple changes. So she like, put me in one outfit. I can flip the thing down, the color will change or whatever. But I didn't like it. I didn't. Um, I watched I like Teaching Together. I saw part of the March performance. Hey Diva Law. But yeah, let's move on to the next thing I want to talk about. We did Elder Barge, who I still think did good. He still got it. Silk Sonic. Okay, what you doing? Where you at? You got plans. Look, Silk Sonic to me, they always do what they always do. They always come and perform. Now they open the show and they close the show too. So they perform twice. But I feel like why didn't y'all let somebody? I like them, but I also felt like y'all could have a separate person open or close. Because why didn't I want to see Jasmine Sullivan perform? Probably that be. But I love their new album. I will say when I first listened to it, I think I heard it like on my computer, just playing it or whatever. You have to listen to their album riding in your car, okay? Because when you ride in your car, the songs hit different, okay? I 100% feel like the song and the album is better driving somewhere. It's a whole vibe, and I always feel like they come through and they have a good time, okay? And I feel like they have, because they're for sure like the old school, late 70s vibe, okay? Real smooth, like this is real smooth. But I also feel like it's a comedic impersonation to it too, but it still seems authentic. Okay, so I like it. I love when they perform. I find their vibe is a match, and they both can sing. So to me, it's fun, fun, fun. Okay, Six Sonic vibe. Right, it does represent. You couldn't tell me this wasn't them performing in the 70s for real. Okay, it just fit that whole, it just fit. Okay, honey, I listen to them every day because one, the album is short. The album is only, I believe it's like 100 or 100. It's like 30 minutes, something like that. So it's not even like you have to have a long time to, it's 30. It's fine. Okay, and I like it. It always soothes me, and it's not that many songs. And I feel like I want to smoke a joint after each song. I won't smoke. I don't smoke though. But again, that's the vibe I get from it. So I like it. It's fine, fine, fine. Um, Silk Sonic isn't my fault like them separately with no need to form a group. Really? I love it. They're fine separately too, but honey, I be like, I deserve to be. I'm like, right, but somebody's flash me. So it's a vibe. I do wonder if they'll do a second album or not, if they'll leave it with just this one. But I mean, I like them. I do. But I'm an old soul though, so you know what I'm saying. For me, I'll sit and be on YouTube, listen to old Marvin Gaye song. Like it's one YouTube video of Marvin Gaye sitting around singing with his band, and it's so mellow. And I'm like, I can, honey, and it mellows me out. But again, I'm just different. Now we see Jasmine Sullivan. She was robbed. Okay, at the AMA. Was it AMAs? Yeah, the AMA, she did not win. R&B Soul. But on here, she won for best R&B soul artist. Now she later won for album of the year, and her speech both times to me spoke highly of where she is versus where she used to be. Even her saying how in different spaces, R&B artists aren't really recognized, or they aren't given the opportunity to shine as brightly as they need to shine. So, she also brought up how she used to like shrink herself, and she would like kind of just disappear because she didn't feel her best. And not feeling her best could be how she feels mentally, emotionally, spiritually, but even how she looks. So she brought up how I've been eating a little bit more, I've gained a little bit of weight or whatever, and I may not feel my best. Okay, I may feel uncomfortable being up on stage if y'all look at me, but I'm no longer going to keep hiding myself away. I'm saying I need to be here because my album was made for women to love themselves no matter what stage of life they're in. And now I was like, that is so nice. I feel like not a lot of people are honest about where they are in life and how they feel. So her just being honest in that moment and saying how, I don't sometimes feel my best, and that's the reason why y'all don't see me all the time, because she's such a talented person and such an individual. She just talented, and I feel like when we see her perform, we see her shine, 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 and we now see why we maybe did not see her as much as we should have. But you see me, I like that she's taking her power back. I'm gonna be out here, y'all gonna see me. Okay, y'all gonna see me all up and through. And I'm like, I want to see you, girl. And her album Hotels was great, great, great. So I'm happy she's getting any kind of accolades to showcase how we as women and we as human beings or whatever need to, take up the space that we're supposed to take up. Don't let nobody, make you go sit down somewhere. I ain't sitting down no damn. I won't be all up in here. If she's a gorgeous woman. Yes, spoke a whole word. She looks great. Okay, the Gap Band is my old school go-to. I like the Gap Band too. Only thing wrong with Silk Sonic album is right. It's so short. It's so short. I like how they combine old school with modern. Yeah, yes, old school and a modern twist. Okay. Now next up, Ari Lennox. Okay, Ari Lennox also performed. Where's her picture? Boom. Ari, look, I am not fully familiar with her music. I know who she is, and I've heard stuff, but I've never just sat and like played a lot of her songs. But I like the song Pressure. I really, really like the song Pressure. And the reason I like it is because I feel like when she performs it, she feels like, okay, this I'm in my bag. And there's nothing better than when you are an artist, if you're a creator, when you are a creator and you feel like I'm in my bag, okay, and I can fully perform and be who I need to be while I'm performing. And I like that about artists. I do want to listen to her more, to see what else she has to offer. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping she go far too. I can see how society triggers insecurities of R&B singers. They don't get to, look. This is the funny part. I once I get to Summer Walker, I have that same notion too, because we then seen Lucky Day perform. Okay, and his performance gave me like a Gangsta Prince vibe because he had a little boots on, and whenever I see men like boots, they got a bit of a heel, it always puts me into the man of Prince. And so for me, I felt like, okay, he is a Prince vibe, but I'm like, he may also beat me up. So, and not in a bad way, but I'm saying like, he's a little bit of gangster. And I liked it. I think it's that I love when I see an artist perform and I feel like I haven't really seen this before in this way. And I like that he gave me a bit of Prince, but also his own vibe. And like not like a Miguel. You know what I'm saying? It was just different, and I like it. So I do want to also put him on my title too. Yeah, I was really feeling it because because at first I'm like, what is under his jacket? What is going on? I was like, what is happening? I'm like, oh, he got a little bit of chest. So I was like, I like it. Right, some super steppers. That's what it was. I love his first CD and it's good. I'm gonna look him up because I've heard his name. And the funny part is, I was listening to the radio one day and I heard a song. I'm like, and I knew it was him because I recognized his voice. I think he has a very distinctive voice if you're paying attention. Okay, now see, this is the funny part though. They went from Lucky Day performing about banging or whatever, and it gave me a whole, I'm saying, little sexual chemistry. And then I'm like, okay, what's gonna be next? Is it gonna be an award? Is it gonna be somebody talking? Like, what we gonna do? Honey, it was Fred. I said, not Fred Hammond. I'm like, you can't take me from some secular stuff about doing some things or whatever, and I'm saying, thinking about Prince and banging, and then put me on to brought Jesus in. But Jesus is always here, okay? Don't get it twisted. So I do feel like Fred brought Jesus in the room. The way he performed to me is this is the type of gospel music I like. I like to feel energized when I like energized church folk gospel music. The kind, I don't mind the slow singing and praising. I don't mind that. But sometimes, I'm like, no, I need a beat. I need a beat. And so for me, him coming out and like a hip hop, I'm like, okay, Fred, come on now, Fred. I liked it. I liked it a lot, and it was a way to still praise God, but still, get a little bounce with it. Okay, just a little bounce with it, and I enjoyed the whole thing or whatever. But I still was like, y'all can't take me from Lucky Day to Fred. Okay, I need a bit of a transition between the two of them. Now, after Fred, they had a whole little soul cipher. I was bored. I was bored. I like Ella Varner and Music Soul Child. I like them. But the rest of them folk, I was like, who are these people? What's going on? What y'all doing? Nothing? Okay. I feel like I don't know if the artists who they had up there were nervous. They just seemed off. A bit off beat, a bit nervous, and I feel like the soul cipher should be the easiest because you're really just going off of whatever you feel. You got to feel the soul of it all. So I was surprised. I was like, what is they doing? Who was these people? I was like, I don't know. Hey, not Fred came to save my soul from lusting. I wasn't lusting, not for real or whatever. Yeah, I wasn't feeling it. I was like, what is going on? I don't know what's going on with these people. But again, Ella Varner and Music Soul Child to me saved it towards the end. But we shall see what's gonna happen at the next. Don't have on people back until they can fully be in a bag. I'm like, it was pre-recorded. Y'all couldn't pre-record it. Nobody said it felt different. Now Ashanti, who got the Lady of Soul Award, she got her award. She also performed her song. She performed with Ja Rule. She performed with Fat Joe. Ashanti to me, because and Normani introduced her. Uh, Ashanti to me, um, is a voice of a generation. I feel like her songs and the feature she was on, like people my age, really, basically, kind of grew up with her at an age where you're like, okay, I remember this exact whatever. And I really want people to give her flowers. Like Ashanti is a great singer. I do feel like over the years she has perfected her voice. She sounds better now seeing her song than to me that she did, back in the day. Not that she sounded bad back then, but I'm like the fact that she still sounds just as good as the record that came out 20 years ago to me shows me she's taking care of her voice. And that's a great thing for us to see. I also feel like I hated her wet hair look. I hate any wet hair look. It drives me crazy. Um, it's like get out my face. But I feel like also that when because she's gonna redo her albums to redo her songs, and I was like, yes, because even hear her singing the songs on here, I still felt a bit of a twist that I think will work when she redoes these songs because it's like those songs literally were huge. And the fact that she could still sing them 20 years later and they still hit the same is amazing. Oh, Bryce, or the nostalgia was all in the air, all up in the air. Okay, I completely agree. I completely agree. And she just, I think Ashanti has came into the mindset of I'm that bitch. I think for a while people would talk cash shit about Ashanti, and I think for a moment she may have believed it, but also knew, okay, I'm gonna show y'all. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all. Because she did. Why does Ashanti have that I can really sing stance? She can. Ashanti did amazingly well here. I think her songs, the way that I love you, baby. What other song did she sing? Oh, the one with her and Lorenz Tate in the video. But she does have to like sing. And I think what she's done recently is she's made sure that when she's performing, she's showing her voice and how she can sing. Again, she didn't get the attention that she should have been getting when she was at her top. Okay, when these songs were out, she didn't get the respect then. So I love that now that we realize those are classic songs, we look like that's Ashanti. Okay, right? The first out to this day, to this day. You know what I'm saying? But we have to remember that a lot of our artists of that day, like Ashanti kind of got played to the left for J Lo. Most J Lo songs was Ashanti. Okay, so my thing is because I see she can sing, I see she stay consistent. She could do a little residency. You know what I'm saying, in Vegas. She really could. But we shall see. Now Summer Walker performed, and this because this is what I feel. She and Ari Lennox also came out too, but Summer is so talented. She is so amazingly talented and beautiful, and I really can't wait for the day that she look in the mirror and she fully understands her power. I feel like she is still a broken little girl in many different ways, and she's trying to be this grown woman. And one day I can just, I hope that she will just be her true, authentic, talented self. And that's why sometimes I refuse to kind of talk down on certain people because I can see in her that she just wants to be great. And I think she's just waiting for like someone to tell her she's great. And I want her to know she's great. And that's what I feel like people don't like to do. Um, yeah, and she has anxiety. Um, and I think as much as she is still in the public eye, because she wants to be, I think a lot of that also comes with her being too nervous to stand on her own and just be who she is. And this is why, because I forgot who said it earlier, but my notes literally say the female artists back in the day got more supports from their fans and dealt with less social media pressure. So it was easier for them to just be their creative selves. And I fully feel like, and my notes also say she could easily be this era's Sade or Erykah Badu, but just be her. You know what I'm saying? Because she is such a talented girl. And her voice is amazing. I feel like the distraction of her and them surgeries, in the baby daddy of hers or whatever, is such a distraction. But it's more of a distraction now because social media has elevated, how they have to maneuver in life. Ashanti, Erykah Badu, Brandy, Monica, Aaliyah. People back then had less stress simply because we had less access to them. And these days, there's so much access to them that it warps their sense of self. You know what I'm saying? I think, think about Little Kim. When Little Kim got into the limelight, I think the reason she changed physically was because people were commenting on how she looked and how she compared to the people. And now I feel like that's why some of these artists, these female artists, do the same thing. They are so consumed with what is being said about them, and they feel like they have to change. And I'm like, I hope like in 5 more years, she just like she just comes to her senses and say, you know what, I'm the shit. Okay, I'm the absolute shit, and that's why I try to be hesitant to like down somebody because you never know. But I'm like, I feel like what I'm saying, she's a good thing. I was like, then why I found out she was self taught. Oh, right to the guitar because, honey, why did she not know it's not she didn't look? Again, we have to remember. I think people who are look at this. So I'm trying to think the right way to say this. People who are not in front of the camera and who don't have people coming to them on any kind of consistent basis critiquing what they look like may not understand why someone who some deem is beautiful did not see themselves that way. Some people do things based off of so and so said this and so and so said that, or whoever said whatever. And a part of me feel like because of her anxiety, she allowed other voices from other people to convince her that she had to get surgery, and she went and got some stuff done because she do look different. But I think again, I just hope one day she looks and see, girl, you great. You don't need to change nothing else because she do look different. But I'm like, but she's at a point to where she don't change shit else. She won't look so different that we won't recognize her later. Because y'all know Lil Kim of 2021 isn't Lil Kim of the 90s. And she looks completely different now. So I'm hoping no other artist looks completely different. Like K Michelle now looks completely different than she used to, whatever. And I just don't want people to feel like they have to change how they look to be who they are. I want her music and her artistry to stand out for herself. And so that's what I love. And then we had Maxwell, okay, because Maxwell ended the show. Okay, Maxwell got the Soul Train Legend Award, which I thought, okay, he's a whole legend. Now I love, he had his Alpha Hour or whatever. That was cute. I remember, I think Pretty Wings was probably the first wrong button was the first song I felt like I like this song. I like this man. Okay. And to me, I feel like Maxwell is an absolute legend, I feel like he still got it too. Like it isn't the end of his career at all. And I like how emotional he got because we don't really see Maxwell that often or whatever, at least I don't. And so I loved seeing him be appreciative of the love we have for him. And it was the true honest. I just love those kind of feelings or whatever. But seeing him, he still got it. I want to go to a Maxwell concert. Yes, he's a beautiful man. Okay, he's a beautiful man. I just like him so much. But I like artists who remind me of why they're great and why I like them or whatever. So that's the part that I like about Maxwell, and that he is still his authentic self. And it's something about an artist being able to be their authentic self that makes me realize, okay, I still love them, and not when they are consistently just changing based on the time. And yes, I agree. He deserves his flowers. He deserves his flowers right now. So for me, the Soul Train Awards, which were about 2.5 hours, they only gave away maybe 3 awards. Jasmine Sullivan got 2 of them. I think that Megan win. I don't know. Somebody else won something. They weren't even there. But it's weird how these award shows don't have more awards being given out, but they had all these performances. And I think everybody did great. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, I don't know. Miss R&B singers that would have songs that would soul and tell a story. True. I feel like we still have some. They just don't get. Oh, right. That's what was 6 They won for best video, I think it was, and they weren't there. They performed somewhere else. But you know what I'm saying? I like it. I was Maxwell the fan from day one. I was maybe like day 2. Maybe it was a day 2 fan of it because I was a little crazy back then. But I want to move on to some gossip chat a little bit. Because I don't want to be on here more than an hour. But I'm trying to get some other thing. But first, take a moment, y'all, and like the video. Okay, like the video. I need some water. And plus, y'all should always be out here liking the video. Let's get to Tiffany and Common. So, Tiffany and Common, comedian, rapper, okay, has been dating for about a year. They started dating during COVID times, too. And according to sources, okay, not me, the source is, they broke up. Okay, they've broken up. They say that the reason is they are just too busy, okay, for a serious relationship. I feel like that makes sense. Tiffany Haddish, to me, the last year or two has really stepped out of the awkward, I'm looking for a job phase, and she is like a dedicated, serious, focused, I'm on my bag, I have jobs, leave me be. So she is consistently working. I feel like Common is consistently working as well. However, I don't like them as a couple. I like them as a couple. I feel like they were odd, but for me it worked. But I'm also not shocked they broke up because for me, I felt like I don't see them together as much anymore, for one. And then for two, I did notice she was always working. And she was always in different locations. When you work, whatever, you're really never in your own city. And so it can be hard to sustain a new relationship if you're both always, on the go. A lot of couples break up this way, at least the ones in the industry, because they don't have enough time to just be together. That's sometimes why stars don't date each other. Because again, it's just busy. I can see it with like a red man. Red? I know. I think people still see Tiffany as who she was when she first came out. I follow her on social media, and she isn't this wild, crazy, untamed person. And I think she was that for a while, but she's kind of calmed down to me. So I just hope they both find happiness somewhere else if they're together, okay? But I'm not surprised they broke up, only because again, I noticed them both being kind of busy. Now I want to get into uh Lil Baby and Sweetie. First of all, I hate how she spells her name. I'm like, is it Saweetie? Is it Saweetie? Why can't you spell that S? Why is it spelled that way? It's confusing to me. Okay, now rumors came out, and he just, girl, honey. Okay, now rumors came out that they were, I think my can't rephrase it. Rumors came out that they were dating. Okay, they were dating. He's supposed to spend a girl $100,000, okay, on a shopping spree for her. And I was like, 100 grand, 100 grand. Can I give me 20 grand. Okay, just give me a cool 20 tax free, and I'm good. Okay, anyway. But when the rumors of the whole shower spree came out, they both kind of said they were single. But this is the weird thing. She was then posting on social media, right? And she posted this photo of her and somebody who we couldn't see. And then people find a photo of him in the same kind of pants and the same kind of shoes. Okay. Which made folks be like, oh, so she dating him for real because that's him. Okay, that's him and that's her. That's him and that's her. So what's going on? Okay, now she posted this in like in the icy photo dump or whatever on her I think her IG. And so people was like, okay, because again, this picture is safe because you can't see the man, but you see the little bubble coat, the pants, and the shoes. Okay, and that's exactly what he went over here. So I was like, oh, what she's saying? That's what happened. Now when she posted that, okay, and everybody picked up on, oh, they must be a couple. He then went on social media, whatever. He made a couple tweets, okay? And thanks to Davin Brand for these tweets, okay? One, he said, baby not dating no one. Okay, I'm single. Okay. And then when she posted this picture, okay, that picture is when he then posted on Twitter, bitches really be weird. If you want clout, use baby. I'm just like, why they gotta be bitches? And clout, I'm like, for me, aren't y'all on the same level? Or is it different? Okay. Now, after he did all of that, now she then took this picture down from her social media, okay, immediately. And then when she posted on Twitter, which we do or don't know if it's directed back to this, but I felt like her saying built to last. Okay. Built to last to me meant even though he been a whole asshole saying, you know what I'm saying, bitches be weird. Okay. And saying that you want clout, you baby. Okay. And whatever, she's built to last through the bullshit of it all. And some men are just assholes. Just assholes. And I never get why people make it seem as if, oh, well, if we dating in real life, whatever, let's keep it a secret. I'm like, why gotta be a secret? What is a secret for? Why can't y'all just be honest about what's going on and then not have to deny anything later on? But again, we're gonna see. And y'all know, I think cause she used to be with Quavo. Quavo and Lil Baby is on the same label. That's the whole thing. Well, I'm looking like everybody should be free to date who they want to date. Just leave them be. Okay, let it be. Now, I want to move on to Ari Lennox, who was arrested. And she told us she was arrested. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Now, she was in Amsterdam, I believe it was. And she made these tweets, okay? Fuck Amsterdam security. They hate black people. They're arresting me. I ain't been arrested in Amsterdam for reacting to a woman racially profiling me. And when she put the tweets, I was like, what's going, is she, where is she? Somebody go get our girl. What is happening? We don't know what's going on. And I was like, is she getting arrested? Why is she getting arrested? So they came out, and by they I mean the police people. The police people said, you know what I'm saying, it's the Dutch military police said she was being held due to her aggressive behavior towards an airline official and for being drunk in public. I'm like, drunk in public? I've been drunk in public before. I can get arrested. Is it illegal? Because I'm at a bar and I drink, I have to be in the public to get home. So why? I'll leave that be. But we do think she was released because her manager did post that she was safe and sound, good. So I feel like this is why I'm like, you can't be traveling in these other countries or whatever and not being aware of what their rules are. And this is the thing. She had every right to react to anyone she felt like was profiling her for, any reason, that's fair. You can't profile me because I'm black. Um, at the same time, all right, we can't be out here being drunk, cussing folks out. Okay, sometimes in other countries, you have to sit back and not react. Okay, because if you don't, you can possibly get arrested, and we don't want that to happen. So the rules in other countries are just different than how it is here. So, and I'm not blaming her in any shape, way, or form. All I'm saying is, when we are out of the country, we have to sometimes act accordingly. Okay, and not feel like we can react the same way we react in our own country, because I'm like, the rules in other countries are always crazy about certain things. So I would never want to even be upset and fussing at somebody um in another country, because we don't know how they take us. And boom, she probably wasn't even drunk. She probably was just lied with them for right. And that's the thing. So that's fine here in America. But I'm like, I don't want to do something somewhere else where I don't know how they gonna take my reaction. You know, I will calmly cuss your ass out. Okay, I will be the nice, because you sometimes you have to be professionally mean, meaning no one can say, "Oh, you're aggressive." You're aggressive, and again, they will call us aggressive just because we're black, just because we're black. And so we, what sucks, have to be careful in different countries, just so that we don't get caught up in their bullshit. Because I don't think for any moment at all that she was doing something wrong. I highly believe she got pissed off at somebody with bullshit and she went off. But because they like they over there, they treat things differently. Okay, call the embassy. Call the embassy. Okay, if you're ever there, call the embassy to do that, because you do not want. I never want to be caught up in different country on some bullshit. Okay, not me, not on my watch. Okay, and speaking of legal trouble, let's get on to Trey Songz and Pop Screen. Trey Songz is always in symbol of the shit. Okay, Trey Songz. Now this is part of the Jasmine brand. Okay, this is also on other sites as well. Trey Songz is being accused of sexual assault. Okay, that happened in Vegas, allegedly on November 28th, at the Cosmopolitan Hotel in Vegas. Now Trey was in town celebrating his 37th birthday, and they say that him and his friends took some women to the hotel. Okay, and one of them is complaining or made a complaint. They went to the police and filed a complaint about sexual assault. And so the police said that Trey is fully cooperating with them in the investigation. He has not been arrested. Let's again. He's been accused of an assault, but he has not been arrested at all. Now not funny. The crazy part is Trey Songz has been accused of things before. Okay. And he reached a settlement, of an unknown amount of money earlier this year. I think like maybe 7 or 8 months ago, with a woman who accused him of doing something to her. Okay. And I'm like, Trey, I need you to bruh. Okay. Now, and not only that, so not only is this person accusing him and the person who he had a settlement with accused him, Keke Palmer also said a few years ago that he tried something with her, and him and her was going back and forth, in the public or whatever. But I'm like, Trey, Trey, stop. Something about the fact that he keeps being accused of things, it can be for one or two reasons. Okay, it can be because Trey is really out here on some foul shit. Okay, it can be that. Or it could be because he's already been accused, someone could accuse him again simply because there's already that stigma on him. And sometimes it was already a stigma on them, and then he's already paid off one person. Okay, this is my payday too. So again, it can go both ways. So because there's not a lot of information out just yet, just that there is an accusation, there is an active investigation, that he is actively cooperating. Okay, but he has not been arrested. So again, it can go both ways. It can be that he's really out here doing some fucked up shit. Okay, and we need to, you know what I'm saying? Or it could be people assume because he already has that out there, I can say because I'm around him now, okay, this is what happened, and not give me a payday. So again, we don't know what it is, but we shall see. I also heard that Marilyn Manson's house was raided. Okay, because he be on some bullshit too. And I did not look into it because I do not care about that man. Okay, but I want to make it known that they didn't kick in his door. Okay, now he's right here. They kicked in Marilyn Manson door. Okay, so if y'all care, go ahead and Google it because I don't. Now I want to get to Porsha. So, did anybody? Let's have a conversation, y'all. Who here watched the show? Okay. And did anyone here who watched the show feel like the show helped Porsha clear her name? It helped Porsha or helped us understand what was going on, that it helped us feel like, oh, we read her wrong. And we was wrong. Okay, Porsha was right. Does anyone feel that way? This is what I'm gonna y'all know I review the show. And what I want to say is watching episode 1 of Porsha Family Matters to me was confusing. And the reason being is because I feel like we heard that Porsha had her own show, that we fully thought it was going to be about, okay, so Porscha, was going to be showing her life, her activism, her as a mom, and these things. And then to see the show, which right now is fully about Porsha having her family except Simon. I'm confused on how because we heard about Porsha's show before it came out that her and Simon were a couple. So were you and Simon already a couple and you wanted to come out about it and this is how you thought you would do it? We would love it? I'm confused. And it's weird because watching the show, I'm like, none of this shit seems, the math don't seem to be mathing. And all of the reviews that we've done on the show, because I know I reviewed the show, I think the ladies have too. I know I seen Terrence did. I know I seen Funky Dineva did as well. I know what Rock said she is not reviewing that shit at all. But okay, yeah, definitely did not. It's like, no, I did not at all. I made her look even more guilty. Talent just wasn't adding up. Um, you know, I Portia's show was a hot mess, and she is a hot mess. It really is not worth watching because it seems like they are lying all up and through this program. Okay, not at all. They all had different times. They did. It made it worse. It did. Yes, it really made it worse. Nope, I did not watch. Not gonna watch. But I watch reviews. Thank you, Sam. Um, please. She tried. Portia tried it. I tried it. She forgot to have a meeting with the fam to get through it, and that's what I said in my review. I'm like, Portia, honey, you did not, pick the right timeline for your all to repeat. Y'all all said different things. Okay. I didn't plan on watching it, but when I saw her talking right after Potomac, it made me do it. The show is worth watching only because you have to fully see it to say, oh yeah, Portia full of shit. And this is my thing. I've never been the one to say, well, I feel like Porsha stole Simon from Fallon. I never felt like Porsha was a husband stealer. I never felt like Porsha was a on record. I felt like Simon and Fallon were divorcing, having issues beforehand, but Porsha still moved in immediately when she knew that man and that lady was breaking up or whatever, and we kind of see how that played out on the show, and that's the sad part. I'm like, girl, what is going on? Okay, the show just brought up more questions. It did, because this is the weird thing. It's the fact that nothing adds up. It's Porsha first on the show of Housewives of Atlanta said that she met Simon because of his clubs and how Dennis and his business or whatever. So they was hanging out at the weirdness, and so you meet up with Fallon or whatever. So that's how we were told that Simon and then they knew each other, and how that's how y'all all met. But on this show, Simon saying how he don't even want to talk to Dennis. So that's weird. Okay, that's all of question. And then even saying how did you and Simon, hook up after the show? And for her to first say, well, he DM'd me, is what she said on the show. But on Watch What Happened Live, and she said, oh, well, after he put out, the thing of him divorcing, I reached out to him because I heard from a birdie that Fallon was pregnant, and I knew he would probably have a hard time. And again, you reached out to the husband. How did you not know that the baby wasn't his? Now, someone said they feel like that Simon told Shamia's husband that Fallon was pregnant, which made Shamia tell Porsha, which made Porsha reach out to Simon. Okay, so again, all they saying is Simon was the one who set all this shit up, because Simon wants attention, if you ask me. Okay. Now, look, the math ain't mathing. No, I'd rather watch. This is our reviews. Thank you so much. The time man throw it up. I thought it was more real than I expected. The show or the relationship is weird. A lot of things made no sense. None of it. The fact that she said, after 2 weeks, I told, Dennis about it, and then 2 weeks later we was engaged. If you say so. Porsha, my girl with my hood, says fudging the numbers. I completely agree. It seems like they were lying. Simon is creepy. Yeah, I honey, something about the milk ain't right. I watched it last night and I was like, wait, what? I'm confused. Maybe made my mind go all over the place because something ain't right. Okay, I like how the editing shows the last. Honey, the editing, the flashbacks or whatever, it was kind of crazy. And it's the fact that nobody really believes anybody's timeline, not Porsha, Simon, not Jalen and Fallon. And that's why I kept on saying that what happened is they broke. Porsha and Simon and Fallon and Jalen have been messing around since 2020. I think since the end of 2020, that's what happened, because we have to remember, yes, Fallon has had a baby, but again, Fallon and Jalen got pregnant at the same time that Porsha and Simon got engaged. So my thing is the fact that she had a baby right now. Oh, okay, her husband has a fiance, but I'm gonna let that go. Did they say on House of Atlanta that Porsha knew Simon? They did, and I'm like, did they think we forgot? It's like what? And she also did say on, I think, social media how Shamia hooked them up. It was weird. I did feel like she stole somebody's husband, but I did feel like it was shady how they got together so quickly after him separate. Right. That's the part that was shady. Not you stole him, but you just moved in so fast, honey, so fast. This is how you know they be lying about how they know each other, because it's like we saw the shit, okay? But obviously, ladies, we know when we aren't checking for someone, you kind of count when you did. Do y'all think that's what she meant? I think Portia's lying because she is, like she said on her show, she assumed no one would care about the timeline, but everyone did. Everyone did, but only because it's like you telling us y'all started dating a month ago and now y'all engaged, y'all in love. Okay, and it's weird for me because of you saying that Dennis can't bring around no random chicks around your daughter, but Simon is random. Simon is a random man who you've really only been knowing when y'all got engaged for a month. Truthfully, because you keep some God dropped in your lap. God don't drop other people's husbands in your lap while they're still married to somebody else. They just don't. And to me, it doesn't come off as authentic for that reason. Like to not even acknowledge how it seems messy, to make it seem like, oh, well, social media was the ones that made it seem messy. Social media was the ones who put 20 on 10. It's all social media's fault. No, no, it's your fault, Porsha. That's on you. Completely on you. Okay. And I was it's right here. um, but it's just weird. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I just don't get how she don't get why people, including her family, thinks it's weird. And when she was on Walking Up and Live, and Andy asked her, "Have y'all seen the date yet?" She's like, "No, we're still, And girl, this is my thing. And she was also on Tamron Hall, I think today. And when Tamron asked, have y'all the date? She's like, "No, we're still dating. He's still courting me." And she was like, "But y'all engaged." She's like, y'all don't date." And she's like, "I married him." He proposed, we planned the wedding, and I married him. And Porsche tried to play semantics. Everyone knows when you're dating, you always want to keep dating once you get married. You want to keep that spark alive. But you can't make it seem like, oh, we dating right now, so we don't have to rush marriage. If there was no rush for the marriage, there should not have been a rush for the engagement. So don't make it seem like, oh, we're engaged to be married when y'all not. Y'all are engaged to date. Because unless you're thinking about planning an actual wedding, y'all just dating. He ain't had to propose. It's like, who was y'all trying to piss off by getting engaged? Who were y'all trying to convince that y'all were more serious than y'all were by getting engaged? Because you are now trying to make it seem like, oh, there's no rush for the wedding. There's no rush for the wedding. Wedding can be whenever. If that's the case, then why did he propose? Why didn't y'all just keep dating? Why didn't y'all just stay? Because this is my thing. Had she said, "Hey, he divorced and we dating," I do feel like if she was dating him and not engaged to be married to him, it may have hit a bit different. Because at that point, it doesn't seem like y'all have been doing things for longer. Because if you're dating someone, okay, I'm gonna know him. You know what I'm saying? Honey, yes, it does. It's gonna be an epic fail like all the other ones that we've seen. Okay. But honey, that's her man, she gonna stick beside him. So I do want to, because this is the thing. We have to remember Porsha got with Dennis not easily, that's not easily. Porsha got with Dennis quickly, got pregnant quickly, got engaged quickly. And that was all within 3 years. So we won't see how this pans out, because this is a bit of Porsha's motive. Not motive, but her pattern. Meet someone, like them a lot, and instantly does something instant to be with them, getting pregnant or getting engaged, or both at the same time. So I just want Porsha to move in a way that does not make it seem like she's a bimbo. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Simon is a good look for her, because I feel like anyone who brings that much negative attention to you can't be good for you. You know what I'm saying? And even he just doesn't come off authentic on the show. And Tay is only been one episode, but I feel like we don't like that man for Porsha, at all. And it's weird because she really feels like the outside people looking into her life are the ones who's wrong. And again, we don't live her life. We do not live her life. However, and I've heard people also say, well, my friends' parents, met and got engaged in 2 months, and they've been married for 50 years. That isn't typical. That isn't the rule. That's an exception to the rule that happens every so often. Not all people who meet quick, get married quick, steady as forever. The same way, not all folks who date for 5 years then get married don't divorce fast. It can go either kind of way. I think the issue is Porsha makes it seem like everybody else is on bullshit because we're saying, dog, this is crazy. Can't believe it. Can't believe it, okay? But I'm gonna leave that there, okay? Now I also want y'all, we're gonna get on the whole Lord, where is it at? Housewives of Potomac, okay? The whole situation happened on social media with Nicki and Mia, Candace, and Wendy. Okay. But first, like the video. I need some water. So let's move on to the Housewives of Potomac section so we can end this thing on out. So Potomac Reunion Part 4 came on Sunday. It's Tuesday. Came on Sunday. And Nicki hosted. Now, this is my thing. I think Nicki did fine. I also feel like we didn't need 4 parts, okay? So after the reunion, Nicki was on social media, just making comments, giving her extraness of what she thought about the reunion and what we maybe saw, didn't see, or whatever. So I'm going to go over a couple tweets that we have. Let's first start with Nicki and Mia, okay? So on social media, I can cut off my camera. We seen Nicki post this. Next day thoughts. I got a Mia's ass pause about things I really wish made the show. I asked a couple hours of questions, and only about half an hour of it with commercials could really be used due to time. On top of that, when he cut me off, when I had a really spicy point to make. So Nicki also made a secondary comment too that I did not put up here, but she put up, this is what Mia responded to, how Mia and Robin are the friends that's gonna ant a bitch like me up all day by just sitting there looking cute and laughing. I'll keep going just to keep making them laugh. Plus, I know when I tag them in my posts, or y'all don't roast them or whatever. So for some reason, Mia thought to respond. This is my thing with Mia. Y'all know I like Mia. Y'all know that. But Mia also sometimes need to shut the fuck up. Sometimes I do wish she would just not respond. But I also feel like first time housewives usually do a lot on social media. We've seen that with Wendy last season. We've seen that with Candace. We've seen that with Skylar too. We've seen that with all the housewives. But I just need me to sometimes to shut up. Because I don't feel like what Nicki said even needed a response. And, she came back to the whole how Nicki said that she got Mia's ass. Mia then said, typical female. Meanwhile, I've said nothing but positive things about this girl in all my press interviews. Baby, no one can get my ass. Play the tape back. This is the thing that I don't understand. We were told beforehand that Nicki did about 2 hours of questions with them, like an hour and a half of questions with them. So I do feel like, girl, we do know that Nicki probably did ask you more questions that did not make air. But I'm like, why is she a typical female? Because she's saying that, she did go hard at you. I think people were saying that Nicki did not go hard at Mia. People were saying that she was kind of easy on Mia. And that's the reason that I think Nicki responded. I don't think Nicki had any malice or any bullshit. This is her thoughts and what she said or whatever. It was just her saying what she thought. Now, when Mia then came back and said, "How let me be nice," I just don't like it when people be making statements that aren't true. I don't play these games. I don't care who you are. Now, when she said that part, I do feel like people do have a right to respond, whether that's Mia, whether that's Candace. People have a right to respond when someone says something to them. But I feel like she didn't have to respond to this because it wasn't really a big issue. to me, and I really want Mia to keep her ass off of social media. Girl, go sit down some damn where, because what I don't like is she'll respond to something and it makes other things she said not even matter because of the other bullshit she's not put herself in. And it could be a simple mistake of it's my first season or whatever and I'm doing too much, because she is. But I still like her. I still feel like, you know what I'm saying, she is a likable housewife, and I still feel like she should come back next season. Um, I think the cast they had this season is fine, but I want Mia to get some media training to realize you don't have to respond back to everything from everybody. Okay, and that's the kind of crazy. That's the crazy part. Mia had to say she doesn't like when people make statements that aren't true. True, because she said things, too. But that's I'm like Mia. Sometimes just shut up, Mia. Just be quiet. Now, in defense of Mia and some of her other bullshit, not the whole Nicki thing, but Mia posted this on social media again on November 12th, and I seen it, and I meant to post it, but I forgot because I got just girl stuff going on. But what Mia put on her IG was, "Hello, love. If you're asked a question and don't like my answer, that's on y'all. I haven't heard of any of the ladies on other platforms being referred to as a prostitute, body shamed for their hands and feet, called a liar for basically everything they say, a handsome man. Husband is an old granddaddy, disrespectful drunk who saved them from a strip club, whose mom doesn't love them. How much do you expect one person to take? My life is amazing. I live, love, all that stuff, whatever. My marriage, I've got marriage, good friendship, blah blah blah. My business is she's good and happy, okay. And if IG, or not if IG, if G and I don't feel this platform has an added value, that's my opinion. Um, she was saying how she doesn't know if she wants to come back next season. And the reason I'm gonna say in defense of her is um Mia gave this season. She got a lot of bullshit, but she got it because she was saying things she did not need to say. Again, sometimes she talked too damn much. And I feel like she's right in saying some of the things that people came after her about were crazy, However, I feel like she put herself in the line of that fire sometime by just being too involved on social media. And no one deserves to be called a man and all these things. Um, and I also feel like she has the right to say, I did not think I would come here and it would be this hard for me to be here. I did not think I would come here and be, and be critiqued and body shamed and all these things. And so it's true. If you haven't been called those things, if that's not the attention you want, you can say this platform did not make me any better. This platform did not, show me in a positive light. It showed me how people judged me for me saying either truth or lies about my life. And I do wish when new high fives come up, we rip them in shreds. We do, because we like them, we don't like them. I'll be like, look, get him another season, because I did not like Wendy last season. She got on my nerve last season, but I still felt like, okay, let her come back and then see, what she can give. And Wendy came back this season, she did a whole bunch of lives. But I do think Mia got a lot of flack for admitting she should strip. I do think Mia got a lot of flack for admitting her church. I do think when she would say stuff, I do think people would say crazy stuff or whatever. So I think sometimes it's okay with commenting about what someone says versus judging them on it. So it's that thin line of participating in the bullshit that you put yourself through. And I think Mia has to understand some of the flack she got was because of things she said and she did, and some of it wasn't warranted. But again, that's the chance you take being on a show. So I don't want her to feel like she's such a victim, but I also don't want to ignore how she feels. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what's weird? Me and bullshit because my answer is yeah, I'm not saying she's a victim. What I'm saying is I do feel like everything she said um was questioned. I do. It reminded me of Monique in the Giselle when she said, I'm looking for a house. You don't have any houses. You're homeless. I have 4 homes. So I felt like it was, she was giving too much information. Mia, sometimes you have to just shut up. Just shut up. Because when you don't, they're gonna question everything. That's the show. Okay. So I think she came and she was too open and then had to backtrack and then had to do whatever. But I do think it was like a lot of shit went on. But I'm like, I can't act like she don't have a right to feel that how people came at her isn't how they would probably come to somebody else. That's her feeling. And I'm gonna leave that be. But we're gonna move on. So that was her beef back and forth. Now Nicki did not respond back, but I don't think Nicki had any ill intent in her saying what she said as far as him saying she got Mia's ass. But we knew that they said before that she got in everybody's ass, not just Mia. Now we're gonna get on to, let's do her, Giselle, and Wendy. Now we saw on the show that there was a scene showing Wendy looking at the card that had the questions that Nicki was asking. And she's seen the questions or whatever, which Nicki kind of questioned. So Nicki then went on social media and saying that, on a commercial, whatever, was beyond corny, that Wendy took a look at my cards on the low. I'm that chick that leaves my money, jewelry, etc. out around people because I just trust everyone is like me and won't violate me. I hate when people do sneaky things like that, child. So when Nicki said that, okay, here comes Giselle. Now, Giselle does not comment on social media often at all. Giselle don't really comment on the show that I could see. And Giselle went and responded back to Nicki. She responded in general, saying, and no one would ever look at Andy's car, so why do that to Nicki? And then Wendy came back, okay, here come, like, girl, you are so bothered. You don't tweet all season, but dust your little Twitter fingers off for little old me. Go to sleep, turkey neck. The season's over. I'm like, not turkey neck. No. It's crazy. Honey, it's not turkey neck. Nicki was doing too much, equating looking at cars. Honey, I'm like, first of all, it's too much to even be concerned with something that trivial. Okay. To me. But again, I think Nicki was also trying to get involved in the whole let's comment on social media about the show. Because I think the show promotes her too. I guess. Honey, I guess. Giselle was doing the most. I like winning the season, but she was the wrong as hell for looking at them cards. Giselle is not high on social media, but came out of coast on the bullshit. Because I'm like, Giselle don't say shit on, on Twitter at all, but she did today. I feel like it isn't a big deal. I feel like, this season has been so long that we all felt like, let's leave it alone. It is tomorrow. Ooh, this first panel is tomorrow on Jamie's channel. But Giselle and Wendy, but this is the thing too. I feel like sometimes Wendy and Giselle both want. Does Wendy want to be the new Karen and Giselle? Is Wendy like, you know what? I can fuss with Giselle every season, how Karen do, and then I don't have to show my family. What if that's what it is? What if they both want to give themselves a new fighting partner just to make sure they both can still be here? Wendy's controlling nature made her look at them. Giselle should stay quiet. Wendy versus Giselle is see, girl, because it's weird to me that all of this is based on, Giselle's messy ass bringing up that Eddie rumor, on the show, and it has now lasted the whole season after the season or whatever, and this bullshit. Candace also had commented. I forgot to pull up her tweet, but Candace had posted how somebody else from a different season had done it. I think he said it was Ramona, and someone said to try to compare, Wendy to Ramona shows how much of a I think it was Heavenly who said that or somebody, but it's saying that you're not supposed to look at the card because you're not supposed to know what's going to be asked. And I'm like, I get that, but I'm like, girl, it's not that serious. Giselle's so tired. Giselle's tired. Giselle's tired. Don't forget, Wendy stole a. Oh, did she? Wendy stole a donor list from a benefit dinner that she helped host. I didn't know that. So you said she's a thief. Then you got a Twitter response for everyone messing about her old nasty ass husband. Like, so check. This is the funny part. I'm popping on screen, y'all. Pop this up. This is the weird part. People were saying how Nicki was asking them questions or whatever about this or that, and even how Nicki was questioning about Michael, whatever. And I'm like, girl, yo, first of all, your brother is locked up for some foul shit. Your husband went to jail for some foul shit. So I do feel like you asking them questions that you won't even answer about your husband, about your brother. So I'm surprised that Bravo didn't think about that while having her on, because a lot of folks can say her brother is a convicted, her husband is a convicted. So how can she be here questioning me about my husband when she can't even fully discuss her husband? I was like, I guess so. And again, talking about who you can't trust. Can you trust your husband or your brother around people? We don't know, because it's the whole. Let me go to some comments because I was gonna go off. Nah, Giselle keep throwing shade at Wendy. Well, yeah, I think they fully are a shade throwing pair. And I think that's going to continue on to next season. And my thing for next season, I just need them to not have it needs to be all new fussing. Season 7 can't have shit to do with season 5. And it can only have half a thing to do with season 6. Okay, that's what I want, in my opinion. Wendy just wanted Giselle to admit that she bought the Eddie rumor on the show to be messy and stop pretending she was concerned. I can agree. When Giselle is messy, it's not as messy as she looks. It was Ramona. Giselle has too much disdain for when he's crazy. I don't think when he wants to be the new Karen. I think it really about Giselle bringing up her husband when he wants to portray the nice. See, it's only Wendy's second season, so I'm not fully convinced what Wendy wants to do. I'm not convinced, or I don't know which Wendy she wants herself to be. Sometimes it takes like 3 or 4 seasons before we get a real feel for a housewife. I don't have a feel for Wendy as much now. I don't know. I'm wondering who will she be next season? Which Wendy will we get next season? Will it be Zen Wen? Will it be? And not that she has to be one particular way, but we usually know what we can expect from our housewives. I don't know what the fuck when they're gonna bring next season. It could be all kinds of things. Okay, so I don't know. Yeah, that was a rumor. The donor list rumor came from. Oh, that means it wasn't true. And look, anything. Look. Usually we don't discuss other YouTubers or whatever, but I will say this, and I mean this with every part of my fire, every fiber of my being. I do not believe shit that this blog would say, because it was clickbait. Okay, it was rumors. So anything from the Avatar, no ma'am. You know what I'm saying? That's like a media takeout. No ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am. I'm not gonna do that here. Y'all don't like and stuff. Okay. Right, the nerd aspect, not big booty models. It was weird questioning someone about what their husband was doing. What did your husband do? What's the reason you and your husband are being sued? Hmm? You can't talk. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, um, even if Bravo was talking to Nicki, they had ample time to not do it. Because my thing is, this is the thing. Nicki being on there was a fun, yes. But she was it, yes. However, you could have that same banter just by getting someone besides Andy to question the women. The questions that were asked were easy questions. We like just get somebody besides Andy to, host. But we did not need 4 parts. It was not needed. Okay. Anyway, let's get on to the last one, which is Nicki and Candace and Chris. So, I didn't make this look all pretty and stuff. Nicki posted. I removed that one. Nicki posted, Candy Girl, husband, we need to sit his ass down, child, laughing my ass off. And that was in response to Chris being upset about the line of questioning that Nicki gave Candace. And so Chris responded, okay, so I don't need to do nothing but support my wife. I was like, Lord Jesus Christ. And he said that the night of. The following day, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, and I still got the same energy. Happy to have a wife that loves and supports me the way I always love and support her. And the Barbs went bananas in his comments and his DMs, was going off and off and off and off and off. This is my thing. I feel like with Chris and Nicki, and even I think Candace, was defending Chris in one way or the other about him going at Nicki. This is my thing. I don't think anything that they said was like for real, like a for real issue. I do feel like Chris I have a whole video that'll be out tomorrow because Candace did a whole live and she, discussed some things, whatever. So I have a whole video that'll be out tomorrow morning of that conversation. However, I feel like Chris had a right to respond to Nicki. I don't get how people feel like, oh, well, no one should respond to Nicki because Nicki's bar will come after you. Fuck that mob. Fuck that mob. Chris should defend his wife. He should. And I feel like Chris saying, I'm gonna rap, period. Leave me the fuck be. But I also feel like there was no need for Chris to feel the need to defend Candace because Nicki Minaj was giving her a chance to showcase her stuff, her album, her song, and all that. And even seeing Candace clear it up, I still felt some kind of way about her explanation, but again, that'll be out tomorrow. But I still feel like Chris was like, I'm gonna give y'all what y'all want. You want it? Here you go. I'm not gonna sit down. I don't care if it is Nicki saying, I'm not gonna do that because again, my wife is still my wife. I think Chris will have a different I think I agree. I'll say that. I completely agree. Because again, that's what it'd be like. Biggest husband you said I can't. You know, people like to put Nicki Minaj in this box of no one should question what she say. No one should question what she do. Let's all act like we can't clap back at Nicki. I'm like what Chris did. And he said fuck the people. Giselle is always coming for the women who are more successful than her. True. I can agree. Kudos to when you to meeting Giselle with the energy Giselle brought to her. I don't like how Nicki downgraded Candace's accomplishment. Nicki ain't no Lil Kim. Nicki and Lil Kim are both legends. Either way go. So I'm not going to take anything away from Nicki based on Kim, who's also, a legend too. So I don't, I'm not gonna compare the two at all. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like um I don't mind Wendy matching Giselle's bullshit. My thing is I also want Wendy to know when sometime enough is enough. Okay? And sometimes pay Giselle some motherfucking dust. And so that's what I think. That's what I think. Anyway, y'all, look, I wanted this to be an hour. We're almost an hour and a half. Okay. I'm gonna leave it here. Now, do not forget, okay, that tomorrow we will be live on Jamie That's Me's channel for the Ladies First panel. Okay, tomorrow at 9:30 on Jamie's channel. I will be live on my Jamie's Gonna Talk video channel for the live watch along for the 3-6 Mafia and Bone Thugs and Harmony versus on Thursday. So the reason the panel was on Wednesday is because the verses that's on Thursday. So on Thursday, I will be live streaming the actual verses on my Corner Talk video, my Corner Talk channel. And then Thursday after the verses, y'all know we always have a versus after show chit chat. So make sure to come and have a good time. We had a good time last time with the live watch along with Shaka Khan and Stephanie Mills on my other channel. So make sure that you are subscribed there. The link is already on our pages for both of these lives on Thursday. I believe the link is also on Jamie's channel for our panel tomorrow. But again, come on, have a good time. Look, I promise y'all, I really want to do more lives. I probably will pick Tuesdays around this time to come and chit chat. I want to have a question and answer one like we used to do back in the day. Okay. In our game night. Okay. So I'm gonna think about doing that next Tuesday. So yeah. But thank y'all to the live viewers. Okay, thank y'all to the rewatchers. And y'all know this. Whenever y'all are watching us on live, now if it's a panel, whenever any of us are live and you see once the live ends, if it goes away, it's just because it got flagged and we're waiting for it to be approved. It always comes back. Okay, it always comes. Like this video right now is already flagged. So when I log off of here, I'm going to make it unlisted so that you can still watch it, but you may not see it. Okay, and then once it's approved, it'll be back up. So I have to get paid for it. So do not forget again to subscribe to my channels. Okay, to follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner. Okay, to like the video, to subscribe or whatever. And I will see y'all when I can see y'all, what to be tomorrow and Thursday, all over the YouTube streets. Okay, gotta go. I will see you when I see you. Peace.